What is up, guys? Player One here, and today I'm going to be talking about my job. Now, I work at a Martin's Deli, a Martin's supermarket at the deli. I work in cold case. I do pretty much everything over there. I serve customers salads, lunch meat, sandwiches, other stuff they may want that is over there. I slice meat and cheese. I refill the cases of food, and I cut the potatoes, take out the trash and the cardboard. I do all sorts of different stuff at my job. Um, and for the most part, the job is pretty good. Um, People I work with are great people, and it makes it a lot easier to work with them. But I wanted to talk about the customers that you meet when you're working at a place like this. I still currently work there. So if anyone watches this, who I work with, even though the chances of that happening are microscopically small, I don't think microscopically is a word. Also, but if one of you guys are watching this, this isn't about you, um, and has nothing to do with you. This is just about the customers that I have personally dealt with. Now I have a list of 10. Now what was weird was I could think of like 7 or 8, and then I struggled to find like two more, but I ended up finding them. So let me tell you about these customers. So the first kind of customer you get is just a normal customer. Now this probably takes up about 50-60% of the customers that you'll deal with on a daily basis. They come up, they know what they want, they ask for it, you give it to them, they don't complain about anything, and you give it to them, they say thank, please, and thank you, and they go on about their day, and I go on about my day. It's pretty normal encounter. They take up the majority of the customers, luckily. Most of the customers are fine, or at least half of them are fine. Now, the second type of customer is the rude customer. The type of customer that thinks that you're wasting their time by them standing there. So, the people that have no regard for other people, um, you know, the people have no regard for other people that are also waiting to be helped. Um, our deli is very short-handed, so we don't always have the amount of people we'd probably like. There's usually two people out there. It could be me and someone else out in the cold case, serving to the customers, and there could be a lot of customers. If a customer is there first and they want something sliced and it takes a little bit of time, then the other people have to wait. It's just the way it is. Um, they're just gonna have to hope that the other person there gets to them faster. Now, this is the type of person that will claim also that they were here before someone else, or they will um, just typically be rude to you about it, like you made a mistake, or like I'm supposed to take their needs more seriously than anyone else's, even though they weren't there first. I pay attention. I have to pay attention to that. Who shows up first? Because the person who shows up first is the person who gets helped first. And so I'm very attentive to that. I always pay attention to that, or at least the best I can. So the rude customer, the ones that think that you are wasting their time by them being there, they will be very picky about everything. They'll, oh, do this thing, do that thing. Oh no, that the salad weighs too much by just a little bit. Take some out. No, I don't want that. I know that meat's too thick. That meat's too thin. And they just, for whatever reason, they love to be like a pain in the butt. If that makes any sense, they just love being a pain in the butt. And I don't understand why. I don't know why they want to be a pain in the butt. They just want to be a pain in the butt, I guess. They woke up that morning and they wanted to make someone's day worse. They wanted to make someone's day miserable. So they decided to go to Martin's and go to the deli in a bad mood, which don't go to a store. Don't go out into public where don't go to a place where people serve you if you're in a bad mood. Please, spare us all. Spare us all. Stay home. Wait until you're in a better mood. Please. If you ever are in a better mood. Usually these people aren't. So yeah, that's the rude customer. They're not very. I mean, I would say I probably see them once a day, maybe. And maybe it's not even always me serving them. It could be somebody else I work with who's serving them. Of course, I've seen that as well. Um, and as much as you want to say something and flip them the bird or whatever, it's not the thing that you should be doing. You have to bite your tongue and just smile. Um, so don't get mad. Don't get mad at them. You'll lose your job. So you always got to be nice, which is probably the hardest part. So, but the third type of customer is the nice customer. Now, I'm not talking about a normal customer. A normal customer, yeah, they're nice. They're as nice is that they do when I talk about a normal customer, I'm talking about they do the bare minimum to be nice. They'll say, please and thank you and stuff like that. That's the bare minimum. The nice customers are the type of person where even they can tell you're struggling. They'll have a conversation with you or whatever, or they'll talk to you and tell you you're doing a great job. Don't worry about what other people are saying. You're great. You're doing great. Um, you know, what's sad is those kinds of customers are even less common, I would say, than the rude ones. Not so much less common, but I don't know. You just run into more rude people than nice people, or people who are overly nice about everything. I've met some customers who are just really fun to talk to as I'm serving them. They just, you know, act like some of these people, they act like I'm their best friend and they've known me for years, but yet they've never met me and I've never met them. I don't even know their name. So yeah, that's the nice customer. Um, they don't happen very often, but when they do happen, it's a delight and it puts me in a better mood. Number 4, the slicing customer. The slicing customer, when I mean slicing, I mean the type of customer that wants everything cut. Like their meat, they're getting lunch meat, everything cut. They don't even care that there are other people behind them. They want 8 different types of meat and they all want them cut so specifically, and they want the weight of it to be so specific. Oh, I want 1.7 pounds of roast beef cut super thin that it's like falling apart. Like, oh, you know how long that's going to take me to cut that. Um, when you're slicing thin, it's different. When you're slicing thick, you can slice a few pieces, and there you go. You got, at least close to 1.7 pounds or 2 pounds or whatever you wanted. When you're when you're shaving the meat off and it's just like falling apart, it takes a very long time. And then there's other people behind them, and they all want it that way. Now, I understand the goal. I shouldn't complain. The goal of working there is to help anyone, no matter how outrageous it may be. Um, Try your best to help them the best you can, and it is in my job description to help this person. They're not asking of anything that I can't do. It's just the fact that they go there and they want like 8, 9, 10 different types of meats. I'm exaggerating, of course. They want a few different types of lunch meat, sometimes 4, 5, 6, and they all want it shaved or they want it cut a certain way and they have to be a certain way. And those are the people that end up standing there for a long time because I've been cutting the meat that they want. They're not necessarily a pain in the butt to deal with. Those types of customers, it's just their demands or what they want is a pain in the butt. But I mean, I shouldn't complain. Number 5, probably one of the more idiotic type of customers, the "Are you closed" customers. We have a sign on the side. We have a sign on the glass that says we close at 7:30. The lights are off. People are sweeping and trying to get other things done. We've pulled the spoons out of the coolers. The lights are off in there. What do you think the answer is? These are the type of customers that'll be like, are you closed? And then you'll say, yes, we're closed. And they'll be like, well, I just need to get this one thing. Yeah, well, that's what they all say. That's the thing. That's what they all say. Yeah, well, I just need to get one thing. You probably had more than one thing before you came here. You just wanted one thing, and you think if you say, oh, I just want one thing, I'll be like, fine, I'll give you your one thing, and then you'll ask for other things because you know if you ask for other things, I can't say no because I already has helped you on the first thing, so I can't just not do your other things that you wanted. That's what you think will happen. Um, Now, our deli actually has a new rule about that, saying that even if we're closed, we still have to serve people, which is completely ridiculous, but um, I have no say in that, so I just do it. I personally think it's dumb, but what are you going to do? So, yeah, the Are You Closed customer. You get them almost every night. Almost every single night. Some nights are worse than others. Number 6, the quiet customer. The type of customer that will come up and they'll be really quiet and they'll say what they want in a really quiet tone. Pretty much whispering. Like, I understand. I'm a quiet person. I am. I've always been quiet. But even I know when I'm in the deli or when I'm in a store when there's a lot of people around, I need to speak louder. Speak up, please. You're a grown person. You have vocal cords. You're capable of saying things at a louder pace. I understand you probably don't want to be loud, but you don't want to be quiet either. Don't be either one. Don't be loud or quiet. Do what I'm doing right now with my voice, my deep voice, okay? Speak at a normal tone. It's not that hard. I can't understand you if I can't help you if I can't understand you. If you're speaking so quietly and I have to literally lean over the counter to be able to hear you with my ear out doing this, that's a problem. You got to speak up. Number 7, the sample customer. This is one of the most irritating types of customers that you get. The type of customer that will come to the deli and everything that they want to get. Now, we have sample cups. So if somebody was like, can I try this thing before I buy a whole pound or half pound of it or whatever? Yeah, we have little sample cups. I can put a little bite-sized bit of whatever they want in the cup and hand it to them. It's no big deal. Usually people, it doesn't happen too often or all the time, but every once in a while you'll get a customer that'll come up and you're like, can I try this thing? And they'll want to try one or two things. Not a big deal. They might get one. They might get a half pound or a pound of whatever it is. And then, it's not a big deal. But the type of people that come to the deli, ask to try a sample of like 8 different things, bring all their kids with them. I mean, they bring all their kids with them for them to try as well. Then I have to hand out sample cups to these kids as well. It, and then they end up not getting anything. Like that's ridiculous. You took so many samples, you probably ate about a half pound of that, enough to charge you for all that stuff. It's just ridiculous. They stand there and they're looking at everything. They want to try every single thing. And seriously, there was one guy. He brought 2 of his little kids with him. I think it was his two daughters. And he wanted to try it, and he wanted his daughters to try everything that they asked for. And they asked for like 5 different things. And of course, I have to do it. This guy was letting a line grow behind him as he stood there for 15 minutes trying all this different stuff. Seriously, 15 minutes. I was I was getting very irritated, but obviously I gotta keep my cool. Good thing he didn't see my face under the mask. Completely ridiculous. That is one of the most annoying types of customers, the sample customer, and it's always usually like a 40-year-old man. I don't know why. It's always like a middle-aged dad with kids with him. Want to try everything. It's happened a few different times in like the month I've been working at the deli. Yes, I've only worked at the deli for a month. Um. All right, number 8. The takes forever customer. Another type of customer that is pretty annoying. They'll stand there. Of course, when they're standing in front of the deli, I have to ask them, "Can I help you? What can I get for you today? How can I start? What can I start for you?" Stuff like that. I have to say stuff like that. And they'll be like, "I'm just looking. Give me a second. I might want something in a second." Now that's annoying, because there's other people behind you. Now it's fine if there's no one else. Whatever. If there's nobody else in the deli that needs to be waited on, and I have another person that I'm working with just standing there as well, or doing something else and is available, that's fine. But if there's other people and the person I'm working with is going crazy, running around from other people, and I have to stand there and wait on this one guy who takes forever, you'll stand there seriously for like 5-10 minutes just looking. I end up having to help someone else because I can't just stand there for 5-10 minutes waiting for this guy to decide what he wants. So I start helping someone else, and then I get back to him and I say, "You decide on anything?" And he says, "Nope. Have a nice day," and he just leaves. It's like, why'd you stand there all that time, wasting my time and other people's time? Other people are here to actually get something, and I understand if you're looking, okay? I understand. People look, and then they'll be like, never mind, I'm good. That's fine. If you look around for 30 seconds, and then you decide on nothing, that's a different story. When you're standing there for 5-10 minutes, seriously, looking at everything the deli has to offer, and end up getting nothing, it's just a huge pain in the butt, because now I have a line that I have to catch up on because you took so long. So if you're gonna go to a deli, try and make sure you know what you want when you get up there. If you don't know what you want, stand further away from the deli, so while other people are being helped on what they want, you can still look and spectate on what you might want. If you're standing further away, I might still ask you, "Can I help you?" But I'd be less likely to come back to you. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with looking around. If you don't know what's in the deli, it's fine to look around a little bit. But don't stand there for a long period of time, and if you can help it, try and figure out what you want before you get up there, so I can help you with what you need and you can leave. Number 9, the groceries to go customer. Now this isn't actually really a customer, it's actually more of an employee that works with you, or not really works with you, but they're the type of, I think they're the people that deliver. They might just deliver the groceries to the people who are ordering it. The groceries to go people are always, they're usually fine, but there'll be times where they'll be like, "Oh, you messed up on this little tiny thing. I gotta get everything right," because they'll give me a bad review if you don't get it right, and they usually, they're usually fine. To be honest with you, they're usually not that bad. And number 10, finally, the "could you check" customer. The type of customer that wants, if we're out of something, I usually know if we're out of something. I'm usually told when I get there, "We're out of this." If someone asks, just tell them we're out. Okay, simple enough. This lady, one day, I'll give you an example. This lady one day came in, wanted some Smokehouse Hand. We are completely out of the old-fashioned smokehouse ham. That's exactly what she wanted. The only smokehouse old-fashioned smokehouse ham we had was in the case, already cut. And she wanted smokehouse ham cut thin. She wanted it thinner that was in the case. And I told her, we are out of the smokehouse ham. All we have is what's in the case already cut. And they'll get mad at you and say, act like it's your fault, of course, when it's not your fault. Like, how dare you not have this thing, even though you have literally no control over it. But they'll also be like, well, could you check at least? They're always so rude about it. Could you check at least? And then I end up walking back there. They're like, check in the back if you have any. And I tell them, we don't have any. I was told this morning we don't have any, or I was told when I got here that we don't have any. I'm sorry. They still want you to check. So what I'll do is I'll just walk back in the back, inside the freezer where we keep all of our food and stuff. I'll just stand there for about 10-15 seconds, come out and say, yeah, we don't have it. I'm not even going to bother to look, because there's no point. I was told we don't have it. If we don't have it, we don't have it. I can't help them. I can't. So they'll walk off all pissed off and angry at me for something that's completely out of my control. So, tips for anyone going to the deli, or working at a deli. Actually, let's give me some tips for that. If you're gonna work at a deli, you have to have thick skin and be willing to deal with people's crap. Have a lot of patience, which is kind of a problem for me. I don't really have the best patience in the world, but you have to. You have to have patience. Absolutely have to have patience. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just have patience. Be willing to deal with other people. Now, if you're going to be going to a deli, be nice to the people working there. Most likely they are working their butt off in there, whether they're getting slammed with people, and they're already not making a lot of money. Like, I know for I don't make a ton of money doing it. You know, just be nice to them. Be nice to any person who does customer service. They're not making a lot of money. They're especially not making enough money to be willing to deal with your crap. So unless they just absolutely need that job, but be nice to them. They're trying their best. They could be new. You never know. They could be learning still. You have to think about that stuff. You have to be nice to everyone that you help, or that is helping you, because especially people that are handling your food. Now, I would never do anything to someone's food, no matter how rude they are, but other people are not that way. Who knows? They might spit in your food, put a booger in your food, whatever. Be nice to them. Be nice to them. Do not be rude to them. They're trying their best, and a lot of the time they don't make enough money to be able to be willing to deal with your crap, and who knows what could happen to your food. So definitely be nice. Definitely be nice, because at the end of the day, we're all human, and just because we're serving you doesn't mean we're less human than you. Just because maybe we make less money than you, or just because you're the customer doesn't make you right. The term the customer is always right is definitely not true. It's not. In fact, most of the time the customer is wrong, and the employee is usually following guidelines on stuff. And if we tell you a certain thing, we can't do a certain thing. It's usually not because we decided that. It's usually because they told us, yeah, don't do this thing, or do this thing, and we can't do anything about that. Especially a person like me who works as a deli clerk. I have no authority whatsoever. So if I'm told something, I do it. I'm not in charge of anybody. So yeah, that's just how it is. So when you're going to a deli, be nice to people. So, yeah. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.